Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Pay attention. Focus, Grasshopper. You're going to need to focus on what I'm about to show you. This is my video, Fortune or Shame, which you see I made it 11 months ago. And I saw this sign that came that most people didn't see. And you're going to want to see it. If you recall, there was this big article about this iceberg. They called it A23, right? That broke away from Antarctica. That was a sign. Let me show you. iPetGoat 2 showed us, and this cartoon was made in 2012, and it was they began to make it in 2005. Watch. Now, watch right after that. Watch what happens. What happens next in this cartoon will tell you that was a sign. Watch. See? Whoever that guy is, if you want to call him Bin Laden, what he represents is the T word, guys. The word I'm not going to use. He represents that. And if you look in this video, they're back here behind him. Oops. They're right back here behind him. A bunch of these guys that everyone's afraid of, right? That's been coming across our border, all this stuff that you've seen. That happened. This article come out on December 1st of 2023, last winter. And that ever since then is when we started to see the gates break open with all that other nonsense. But what you don't need to be concerned with all that, Truth Seeker. You need to be concerned with the message that this cartoon has to show you. And I've picked up on quite a bit more of it since the last time you heard from me. Let me show you what I've seen since. And look, I talked about this a little bit before, but you've seen how the Statue of Liberty was on the six-pointed star, the hexagram, resembling or symbolizing that what I've been saying is true, what the Word has been telling us is true, that they're one and the same. Israel and America, it's the same entity. And they've created it for a purpose. It's been created for a purpose. It's that snare. And it shows that her arm gets broke off, so her light is no more. And when I first saw this, I wondered, like, how would that happen? Well, now you see how that happened. It's happened, hasn't it? In 1 hour. Since last October, this has happened. I mean, like I said before, yeah, there's been things, like we're learning what they did in Afghanistan and Iraq. We learned that all the stuff that they've been doing, our government has been doing, has been crooked. And, but now though, since they've been just handing over thousands and thousands of big 1,000-pound bombs and facilitating a genocide and a starvation campaign of little children, there's no going back. So for you who said, I stand with Israel all this time, there's no going back now. It's like the people who lived in Germany in the 40s. They had to own up to what they were complacent to what they just sat back and observed and watched and even cheerleaded. They had to deal with, they had consequences. If you've stood with them this whole time and you're still standing, you're gonna be standing at a distance for fear of her torture soon, but you've already cashed that check, my friend. And you're gonna have to pay. Now, you can come out of it right now. If you come out now, you can wash your robe clean in righteousness and come home. But if you continue to stand, what shame you're going to endure. And see, look, the image raised us. It raised this generation, these people, and they came in, they created Hollywood. I broke it down. Go back and watch all my videos because it's packed with vital information. This video right here that we're watching, Fortune or Shame, go watch it. I read from Zechariah 8 and 9 and maybe some more. But it's packed with what you have to do and with what's going on with the image of the beast and us returning to the fold. I've shown you guys how that the sign of the flying scroll came. All these signs, that is in Zechariah. Zechariah, it explains everything like all the prophets do. But let me show you some more right here, what you need to pay attention to. But the truth, he's coming in on the clouds, the Messiah, and that the reason the creator of this cartoon used the Anubis dog is because it symbolizes the West. See, this is most, if not all people who've covered this cartoon, I Pet Goat 2, they all are they're way off because they're not looking at it because they're thinking of conspiracy theories and all these things that are going on in the world, which it is explaining what's going on, but it's a tale of the word. It's a tale of what's happening here in these end times and what the scripture tells us. Because look, on Messiah's chest, it's the heart, right? But it's a book. That's a book right there. Oops. The heart lies on a book right there. You probably can't see it very good on my phone, but that's what it is. It's the word. It's the scripture. And it's heading west. And that's what you have to do. You have to come to the mountain of the Most High. And look, see, the enemy, with that image right there represents what Israel has done. Look, you can't separate, you can't distinguish between Israel and Hollywood. They are the same. It's the same entity. They've created this illusion, a delusion. They've created delusion with the people, okay? And you notice that the image, the screen's tentacles is wrapped up inside where this boy who represents the speaker of righteousness, it's wrapped up where his brain no longer is. So if you believe this Israel, Jesus, man of lawlessness crap, all these lies, rapture theories, once saved, always saved, all you got to do is go twice on Sunday and once on Wednesday and you're going to be good, be a good person. All those lies, if you believe that, guess what? You ain't got a brain, or there's something wrong with it. It's the image of the beast, the abomination that lays waste, and the false prophet. And they're going on into destruction. And all those who are hoodwinked, who love it and love that falsehood, are going down with it. Trust me. Oh, now, one thing I've noticed, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but go watch the video and hopefully you can see this right here. I guess you probably can't see it on here, but there is a face on this gate right here. These are gates. There's one here and one over here behind her head. There's an eyeball right there and a nose right there. You see, I told you in the last video, the Most High, he placed these faces right here in the land that you're looking at. There's a man's face with a beard, and then there's a woman's face over there representing the marriage. The wife of our youth, Yerushalayim, the land of Yahudah. The reason that face is in there, it's more proof. It's you know, for those of you who've seen these faces in on the map, you would at least think, well, there are two obvious faces that are made up of mountains and so on and so forth. Someone, the Most High, must have put these here, so maybe I should just go check it out. You know, you would think you guys would at least come check it out, being how you see this obvious proof. Well, that's why he put it here, so we would have no doubt. He don't want you to have any doubt of what's going on right now. Right here. Now, you've seen these flowers represent the new creation. And if you watch the whole cartoon, you'll see he ends up in the west. The scorpion represents the land of Western America, of Utah. That's what it represents. This represents the new creation. For those of you who have witnessed this truth that I've been sharing here on this channel and my backup, and you've done nothing with it, what you're about to see represents you. This guy, he looks over and he sees the new creation, but he's trapped in a quagmire that is the work of his hands. He thinks to himself, man, yeah, that's probably true, but I got work this way. I got to do this. My wife thinks that's crazy. She would never, all these excuses. Whatever it is, you plan vacations. If you would be willing to go see your parents or your children, but you can't come to see this great reward, this great gift the Most High has for you. It proves that you don't love him. I know that makes you butthurt and it twists your panties, but that's just the truth. It wouldn't twist them like it does if it wasn't true. It's true. You have to make time to come see the Most High if you love him. If you can't, but you run around telling everybody you do, but you can't come, however far it is, I'm sure if you're in America, you can catch a flight that it's maximum 3 hours you'll be here at the max. You could get in your car and you might be in Denver. You could probably be here in 3 hours, 4 hours. It's not that much to ask for you to come to his mountain. And I'm going to prove to you that that's what it's all about, baby, in the Word when we get done with this video. Watch. See, look, he looked over and he seen that flower, that new creation coming down, but he can't move. He's trapped in the work of his hands. See? The work of his hands. Oops. The work of his hands. Is that you? Have you seen this truth that I've been sharing with you, and you've seen that it's legit, but you've ignored it, you've swept it under the rug, you don't want to face it, because you know that if whoever you tell, like if this, okay, let's just, for example, say you're a single young lady that's in her 30s, and you see this, and you think to yourself, well, I'm going to have to tell somebody I'm leaving. I'm going to have to tell my mom or my dad or whatever, and they're going to say, where are you going? And when I tell them, they're going to think I'm crazy, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that, because you're worried about what someone's going to think about you. Or you got a job. You don't want it. You just got a new job. You don't want to have to leave where you are to come do this. Whatever the case may be. You have to let go of all that. You have to let go of your life, just like Messiah said, if you want to save it. But if you can't let go of it, you're going to lose it. And this part right here is vital too. It's not enough to play church every week or to make a post here and there, to be outspoken about your views and opinions. It's not enough. You need to be speaking this truth every day. It must be coming out your mouth. The good news of the rain must be coming out your mouth every day. If this truth, if you feel like it's going to embarrass you, you need to speak it. You need to own that embarrassment and overcome it. Overcome all these weak feelings we have, thoughts we have of fear that keeps us bound to this world. We must be bold and confident and speak this truth with all opportunity. Now see, that's the prison cell that the Whore of Babylon is imprisoned in. And it has a heart on the side of it, letting you know where most people's hearts lie. And you might not feel that way, but if the fear of your boyfriend dumping you or your husband leaving you or whatever, if that causes you to not come to the Most High, to his mountain, you didn't do what the Messiah told you is required in order to make it into the kingdom. He said you must hate everything. everyone when it comes to loving and following after me. And that right there represents the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, which is what has everyone bound, which is pride and the cares of this world. Let's go read. I'm going to read some Psalms to you that's going to validate everything that I've been saying. And it's going to prove to you that whoever made this movie, if it was a fallen angel, whatever, he knowed and thank Abba that he made this little cartoon, because it illustrates what you have to do. Our walk, our journey, the Psalms 23 and 24 journey. We must do it. Our feet have to move. Look, we read 24 in the last video. Let's flip that like a mirror and go to 42. And you should know the significance of the number 42. You've probably seen a lot of it in the news lately. It's all in these movies when they're talking about what I'm talking about. And I've proven it through lots of my prior videos. It's huge. And they use it for a specific reason. The beast was given a mouth to speak blasphemies. For how long? For 42 months. There was 3 generations of 3 sets of 14 generations from Abraham unto Messiah, which is 42. You are not allowed to work a hired man no longer than 42 years. He cannot work 42 years worth of work, of service to you. After he's worked 42 years, he must be just like your brother. He has to become like your partner. You can't work him no more like a hired man. He must be equal on a level playing field with you after that. And there's so much more and so much mighty significance to the number 42. But I assure you that all this stuff, they use mirrors for this stuff that I've been breaking down. You'll see it in my back videos if you go back through. 24 and 42, it's the same thing. It's a mirror. 42 is 24 looking in the mirror at itself. As a deer longs for the water streams, so my being longs for you, O my mighty Most High. My being thirst for my Most High, for the living El. When shall I enter in to appear before my mighty Most High? Now, I asked you just a little bit ago, like, say, I've been to jail before, prison. I served a year in prison in 2012. I spent almost all of 2012 in a prison and a behavior management facility for a DUI. I saw people come visit me, drive 300 or 400 miles to come visit me, but I saw these guys that had girlfriends, wives or whatever, that would drive from, 1,500 miles just to come see their man or their whatever. I guess I didn't see no wives because there was no women in where I was, but if your husband, if he got shipped off to wherever, would you drive? If you lived in Connecticut, would you drive to Texas to go see your your husband, your wife, your child, your brother, your sister. If you love them, you will, won't you? This is what this is talking about here in chapter 42. This is, as a deer longs for the water, that's what the deer represent in Leave the World Behind, and so many other stories. They pant, they long for the Most High. Coming to the mountain's not a question. Looking into this, it's not a question. Investigating all this, it's no problem for someone who loves Him. Gladly, they'll search through this. They'll come. And there'll be no mountain high enough that they won't climb over. And no valley low enough, right? No matter what the cost, they're coming. But the world has been made delusional by the image of the beast. They just think, oh, He loves me. He knows I love Him. And, as long, all I got to do is stay here and collect my Social Security and blah, blah, blah. If you're an able-bodied person and you have the means to go out to the highway and stick your thumb up in the air, if you don't come to the mountain, it's because you did not love the Most High. You were not committed to the Most High. My tears have been my food day and night, while they say to me all day, where is your Most High? That's not literal. You go twice on Sunday and once on Wednesday, the world's looking at you like, where is your Most High? Oh, that preacher that you go and praise, that politician that you go and give all your adoration to, that flag. But where's your Most High? Where's He? Yeah, we hear you talk about Him on Facebook and on Sundays, but Monday morning till whatever night you do what you do, we don't hear much out of you. These I remember and pour out my being within me, for I used to pass along with the throng. I went with them to the house of the Most High, with the voice of joy and praise, a multitude celebrating a festival. That's why the tears have been our food. That's what we're supposed to be mourning about, because all that matters is doing what verse 4 is talking about, what we used to do, but no longer do. Why are you depressed, O my being, and why are you restless within me? Wait for the mighty Most High, for I shall yet thank Him for the deliverance of His face. O my Most High, my being is depressed within me, therefore I remember, because my being is depressed within me, I remember you from the land of the Yarden and from the heights of Hermon, from Mount Mitzar. I remember you. Oh yeah, that's where I'm supposed to go. And if I want to go see the Most High, He's over there. I'm coming to where He placed His name, His mountain. By day, Yahuwah commands His loving commitment, His word. Just like I told you, it cries to the city. By day, it commands your loving commitment. When I was in prison, I had this happen to me. My wife up and left me within about 3 weeks of me being in jail, and we initially at that time, we thought I was only going to be gone for like 3 months, but it turned out to be 11 months. Because I sent myself, I had to, because I revoked my own probation, because if I wouldn't have, it would have just continued on. I had already served like 12 years and some change on probation for on a originally I only got, or 5 years. I got 5 years probation, and it took me about 13 or 14 years to be done with it. And at that point I was done. And they wanted to make me serve like 5 months and then come out and then flip it to a fresh 5. And I was already done. I had like a year left to to finish it. And they wanted to make me sit for 5 months in jail and then come out, and it flipped back to a fresh 5 years. And I had to do and I said no. And I talked about it with my wife. Well, about 2 weeks later, she got pregnant, which is what I seen in so many cases with people, guys that were in there. I seen their girls and them being over there crying and stuff on the phone. And look, we can talk about what's right and everything, but when you say, I do, through thick and thin, that means I do. And and there was, like I said, there was, you could see there was women that would come to see their man, and they never quit, and I've witnessed that. It's rare. I've witnessed someone who stays in the car and is loyal and faithful to the end, ride or die. I've seen that seldomly, but I've seen lots of those people, man and women, who soon as the first sign of wind comes, they jump out and run. No loyalty, no trustworthiness, no commitment. If you can't physically move your feet, if you can't make it a priority, make the arrangements to come to the house, first of all, it's because you've been lied to by the image of the beast through the man of lawlessness. And second of all, most importantly, it's because you aren't committed. You're not trustworthy or faithful, nor do you love the Most High. Facts. So his word, it commands your commitment. And by night, his song is with me. That's your song. If you're lovingly committed and trustworthy and faithful, and you come whistling Dixie to see the Most High, that's the song of Moses and the Lamb, the renewed song of Yerushalayim. We're going to see, if you love the Most High and you make it, we're going to see Yerushalayim written across your forehead. That's what the word tells us. It's our strong tower, our strong city, our inherited land. We don't act like Esau and trade it for a bowl of oatmeal. We give our life gladly. We fight and buck and scratch and crawl to get to it. We're all in. I say to the mighty Most High, my rock, why have you forgotten me? Why do I go mourning because of the oppression of the enemy? Why? With murder in my bones, my enemies have reproached me while they say to me all day long, where is your mighty Most High? Why are you depressed, O my being? And why are you restless within me? Wait for the mighty Most High, for I shall yet thank him, the deliverance of my face and my Most High. He's asking the question, why are you depressed? Why are you restless within me? And then he says, wait for the Most High. Now, I can just tell you this. The image of the beast, through the man of lawlessness, has convinced most people, probably you, but not you, true seeker. I see you coming. But those of you who just have been convinced that I don't have to, I can just wait here in Chattanooga, Tennessee, or Baltimore, or Tulsa, Oklahoma. I can sit here and all I gotta do is live out my life and make sure I'm a good person, and twice on Sundays, blah, blah, blah. That's not waiting on the Most High. That's being delusional and living in denial. That's what that is. I'm going to read 43 to you and then I'm out. Why? Why is 43 significant? It's the most significant. If the beast was given 42 months, and it's not literal months, we can get into that, and I have. And I'm sure we will. But if he was given 42 months to speak blasphemies, that means on the 43rd month, we ain't got to put up with that BS no more. On the 43rd generation, the Messiah came. On the 43rd year, after 42 years of servitude, the hired man gets set free. Keep that in mind. Rule me rightly, O my Most High, and plead my cause against a nation without loving commitment. Loving commitment is exactly what I just told you it was. Man, there's a lot of unloving, non-commitment going on right now, ain't there? And that's what he's talking about here. Plead my cause against a nation without loving commitment. Oh, deliver me from a man of deceit and unrighteousness. Take it to the bank. Verse 1. The image of the beast and the man of lawlessness, unrighteousness. That's what this story called Jesus Christ teaches you. It teaches you, the Torah's been done away with. You don't have to be lovingly committed. You can just be committed to your job, to your cars and clothes, and the Benjamins, baby, and how good you look. Getting you a good man or a good woman. That's all you need to think about. Don't think of actually going somewhere and thinking that the mountains in America, oh my gosh. This truth is going over the head of all the posers, the phonies, the frauds. But you, truth seeker, it's drawing you in to the house of wine, baby. For you are the Most High of my strength. Why have you rejected me? Why do I go mourning because of the oppression of the enemy? Send forth your light and your truth. Let them lead me. Where? Where do they lead you? Let them bring me to your set-apart mountain and to your dwelling places. That's what the word does. If you truly are a lover of it and you're truly feasting on it, seeking the Most High's face, you'll be led, drawn to this set-apart mountain. That photo's not the best. My camera sucks. I'm looking at it right now with my own two eyes at that set-apart mountain. And what amazing beauty and splendor. You got no idea. Come check it out. That I might come to the slaughter place of the Most High, to the mighty Most High, the joy of my delight, and praise you with the lyre, O my mighty Most High, my mighty Most High. Why are you depressed, O my being? Why are you restless within me? Wait for the Most High. Yeah, just stay in Chattanooga. That's why. Just stay there. Don't worry about it. For I shall yet thank him, the deliverance of my face and my mighty Most High. The world thinks that he's coming to their place when they're not willing to even consider his. This end, this song, everything that we're supposed to do in the end when it comes to washing our robes white, it involves you coming back to her place. I went back to her place, for the night is over.